this talk is mainly about my own journey as a teacher and then as a teacher educator. I've been wearing multiple hats. So I began my career as a literature teacher actually many years ago in a reputed college in Karnataka. This is called SDM College. I used to teach literature, and I used to think that English means only literature, right? We used to equate English with literature, and that's only content we were using for teaching English. So I was handling groups of literature students who opted for major English in the undergraduation level, in the BA level, right? We also had a postgraduate department. So that's how I began my career as a literature teacher, right? And then I took up the role of a teacher's teacher. That was in 2004. I became a teacher of teachers. It was not a magic, right? I had to put consistent efforts to become a teacher's teacher. Any other word that you can think of for teacher's teacher? Any word that comes to your mind? Teacher's teacher can also be called trainer. Very good, teacher trainer. Or teacher guide. All right, teacher guide, teacher trainer, teacher educator. All right, teacher educator. Right. So these are the types of teachers I train. They're from secondary schools, primary schools across South India, from different states in South India. So the point is that, see, in order to become a teacher's teacher, a teacher trainer, or a resource person, being an excellent teacher is necessary, but that is not sufficient for becoming a teacher trainer. Do you agree with that? Yeah, see, you will see many teachers, but being a teacher trainer is different. In order to be a teacher trainer, you need to be an excellent teacher, but that alone is not sufficient, because teacher educators need different expertise. They need to acquire new knowledge and skills to teach teachers. Yes or no? What are those new skills? What is that different expertise we need to play the role of a teacher educator, teacher trainer? Anybody? We need different sets of knowledge, different skills to teach teachers. What is that? Any thoughts? What knowledge do we require to interact with teachers, to train teachers? What kind of skills do we need? Yeah, please. Yeah, anyone. Yeah, they'll ask critical questions like
something that requires an in-depth understanding of the state subject being taught.
Okay, good, very good. So they need a thorough understanding of the subject. What is that subject? A good understanding of the subject. Very good. What is that subject knowledge they require? Correct. Teaching. Yeah, subject of teaching. All right. They need to know how to teach. Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. Yes.
Better communication skills because the teachers will again go to students to teach. So
Correct.
It should be like the teachers should have better communication skills to get good idea about it.
Very good. Teacher should have good communication skills. Teacher should have a good understanding of the subject of teaching at different levels. Very good.
Teachers have different, the way of teaching should be different in the teachers teaching, because teachers teach in very normal way, and a teacher who teaches should have a different way of delivering.
What is that? Very good. A different way of delivering things. What is that? Maybe teacher has to motivate them. Sir said they're unwilling, they're reluctant sometimes, they don't want to learn anything, right? Sometimes some of them think they know everything, right? They don't need to learn anything new because they're into teaching, they're into the profession. They're all in-service teachers. They have a secure job. So they're happy, satisfied, they're in their comfort zone. So we need to Yes, encourage them. We need to have a different approach.
To add to this, once SPD starts in class, listening levels will reduce by age. So, as the teachers will be more earlier, so the way of presentation and the way of delivering should be more attractive to make the attention.
Yeah, that's right. To engage them. That's right. Yes, because teachers sitting like students, it's a hot seat, right? They have never been used to sitting from morning till evening like students, right? They've been on the pedestal addressing teachers, taking an authoritative role in the classroom, but now it's a different game, right? So I agree, that's right, yes.
A structured way to deliver the content, because at the end of the day it doesn't matter how much, I mean for example if I'm a teacher, at the end of the day it doesn't matter how much I know, but how much I'm able to deliver.
Yeah.
So that structure, that sense of being able to deliver a structured content.
That's important in the classroom also, right? When you're, as a teacher, when you're addressing students, you need to structure your thoughts, presentation, But as a teacher educator, I agree. Yeah. So some skills are transferable. I think you will. Yeah. I'll come to that. So that's right. That's a good point. Some skills are transferable from that of a teacher to that of a teacher educator. All right. But certain skills you have to acquire. You'll have to learn. Some knowledge you have to update. Okay. So that's called trainer development, teacher development, trainer development. All right. So there is new content. Teacher training is a new content. Teacher training has a different kind of syllabus. You don't deal with textbooks. You don't deal with workbooks, worksheets, right? You deal with a syllabus meant for teacher training programs. So that is a new content, and there is a shift in your role, and then it's a different way of working. There is transformation of perspective, right? You're not dealing with small children. So there is a transformation in your thinking, in your attitude, and then you gain a new professional identity. You have to establish a new professional identity. So when you come to IIT, for example, as a professor, lots of challenges. You have to establish yourself. That takes time. So you have to gain a new identity, right? And then, so what I did was, when I was teaching in a degree college, I also thought of some professional development courses. Then I quit my job. I did a 2-year postgraduate diploma in English language teaching. It's PGCT, postgraduate certificate in English language teaching from English and Foreign Languages University. Where is it? Hyderabad. It's in Hyderabad, one of the best institutes for higher studies in English. So I did a 2-year program from EFL University. So that gave me a new perspective towards language teaching. Until then, I used to think teaching English is teaching literature. But when I took up this course, I realized that literature is only one content. It is not the only content. We can use other contents for teaching English language. What are the other contents? What content can we use in the classroom to teach English? Can we use music for teaching language? Yes or no? Advertisements, newspapers? Can we use films for teaching language? Yes or no? Yes. These things were not explored till I did my PGCT from EFLU. All right? It was only literature, Wordsworth, Shakespeare, Romanticism, and things like that. Right. So being a teacher, the first circle here, your teacher is teaching and students are learning. Whereas the new identity is, the new me is, I'm a teacher educator, I'm teaching teachers. Teachers are learning, right? So that's teacher learning. Teachers are learning, and teachers should learn in such a way that they should be able to teach students. So look at that. Teacher educator teaching teachers. See, teachers have to learn, and in turn they have to go to schools and teach students. Students have to learn, right? It's a big challenge. So there are different levels of professional activity that you're engaging in as a teacher trainer. It's not just teaching the given content or prescribed course books. you'll have to do a lot of different professional activities. So for example, this is till then I was teaching language, and then this was my teacher role of a language teacher. And then but my new level 2 is language professional activities. I'm engaged in language teacher education, teacher training activities. That's called language teacher education, and I'm playing the role of a teacher educator, right? Teaching language teaching. And then students' role, they are student teachers. Sometimes if it is pre-service, they act as student teachers, and these are in-service experienced teachers. They come with 10, 15, 20 years of experience, right? So experienced teachers, they are learning how to do language teaching in the classrooms. Is it easy? Easy, or what do you think? It's a tough job.
Teaching students themselves is a tough job.
It's a tough job these days.
Teaching older people is much more difficult.
Right. Yes. Right. So what do teacher educators need to know? Right. So this is what teachers bring. As a teacher, this is what I bring. As a teacher educator, this is what I need to learn. Right. So two different levels. So the activities, professional activities I'm engaged in are, for example, diagnosing their needs. What do these teachers need? How can I design a training program? What are their needs? And then, so I have the knowledge of language and learning related things, but what I need to learn is, language awareness. How to teach grammar, for example. As a teacher, I have to teach parts of speech, active passive voice, reported speech, things like that. But as a teacher educator, I need to tell teachers how to teach grammar, what are the methods, different techniques, what materials can we use, how can we use technology to teach grammar. Yes or no? So that is a challenge, that is a new learning. And then you have to train yourself on general pedagogy, general teacher education. That is, you're not addressing newly recruited teachers. They're not coming with empty minds. They come with huge experience. So they have their own likes, dislikes, their own belief systems, right? So how to design a teacher training program taking into account their belief systems, their experiences, their cultural values, right? So general pedagogy of teacher training, and then ELT specific pedagogy, right? ELT means, what is ELT? English language teaching pedagogy. What are the different approaches, methods? I need to be aware. And then they have to, I have to induct them into a professional community. They're ordinary teachers. Now it's a challenge to develop their professional skills. They have to become the part of a larger community. They have to have a larger network, right? So this is what I need to learn. This is what I need to develop. Does it happen just like that, or do I have to put efforts? What do you think? It happens just like that? Does experience give you all these skills, knowledge? Yeah? All right. Yes. Okay. So next is planning programs like language learning and all. Okay. I'll just skip that. So next part is, so these are all the pedagogic activities. For example, use approaches, techniques and strategies to facilitate language learning. In the classroom, yes, just facilitate language learning. But in a teacher training program, what do I need to learn? So I'll have to use approaches, techniques and strategies to facilitate teacher learning. Model appropriate techniques. I'll have to demonstrate relevant approaches, strategies. And then I'll have to articulate the rationale, principles and theories underpinning the approaches, right? For example, Krashen or all these ELT stalwarts. I'll have to study those theories and then help trainees understand, analyze, adapt, implement and evaluate ELT approaches, right? And then assess and track progress. So in the classroom, you have to assess and track progress and their achievement of students. You'll have to track their progress. You'll have to design assessment tasks. But in a teacher training program, you'll have to assess their subject specific knowledge. He said subject knowledge. You have to assess their subject knowledge. How much do they know about teaching? What is their knowledge about theories, ELT theories, approaches, methods? Right? So that is a challenge. And you'll have to assess their teaching and professional skills. So you have to assess their teaching skills, you have to assess their professional skills. Are they professionally competent? Are they interested in professional development? Right? In addition, as a teacher of teachers, I also need to observe trainees and then observe their classrooms, give them critical feedback. Yeah? Do your professors give you critical feedback on your projects? Yes or no? Yes, so we'll have to give constructive feedback and then give actionable feedback and support trainees to plan action for improvement. They'll have to think of an action plan. What after the training? Training, yes. Generally, it is a 1 month in-service training program. They come to our institute and we offer a 1 month in-service residential training program, right, with good facilities and all that. So after the training, what do they want to do? What changes do they want to bring in their classrooms? They have to prepare an action plan, right? And then we'll have to support them in designing an action plan. And then use appropriate interventions to enable teachers to reflect and work through resistance to problems. Many schools, teachers work in low resource classrooms. They work in difficult circumstances. You have all these facilities, air conditioned rooms, everything. But look at a government school. There is hardly any technology, right? No power in some schools, no classrooms, right? So they are really teaching in difficult, very, very difficult circumstances. And we'll have to help them with different strategies to work in such contexts. Okay, so this is a CPD framework for teacher educators. CPD is continuing professional development. If you're interested in professional development, this is the framework that British Council has developed. There are 4 levels. One is foundation. You're at the basic level as a teacher trainer, basic level. And next level is engagement, where you're able to engage yourself completely. And third level is integration. You're able to integrate yourself into the system. All right, establish an identity. And the highest level is specialization. You become a specialized teacher educator. You become a specialist in your chosen field. Right, so when I became a teacher educator, for example, I used to teach all subjects. But then my reading helped me to specialize in a few areas. I started teaching writing, developing teachers' writing skills. Right, and then I started teaching assessment, portfolios, assessment, and things like that. But then, so the next level is becoming a specialist in 1 or 2 subjects, or 1 or 2 topics. What's the time, sir?
It's
4:30. All right. Yes. So this is developed by, I think, Cambridge University Press, Cambridge University, stages of development. There are 3 stages. One is from teacher to trainer, and then becoming an autonomous trainer. And the next level is becoming a lead trainer. You're leading a group of other trainers, right? So from teacher to trainer, it's not a very big thing. For example, if you're understanding individuals and situations, this is conducts trainings in familiar situations, largely based on the trainer's own teaching experience. You're teaching teachers based on your own experience, your own readings and all that. Whereas next level is conducts training for diverse groups in a variety of situations based on their own and others' teaching experience. Based on their teaching experience, others' teaching experiences, you're able to address diverse groups of teachers. Second level. Third level is you're a lead trainer. So based on thorough advanced needs analysis, you're able to understand the needs of teachers, individual teachers, based on a thorough understanding of needs analysis, often in unfamiliar situations, efficiently deals with needs of individuals, including emergent needs. If a teacher asks something in between, all right, how do I do this? What is I should be able to address, right? Demonstrate strategies on the spot without much thinking. Or so it should become, that's called automaticity, spontaneous, being spontaneous. Certain skills should become automatic, right? If you have only theoretical knowledge, you'll not be able to adapt different strategies, right? From that knowledge, you should be able to gain automaticity, something that happens naturally. So highest level is where you're able to address individual needs using a wide range of strategies, demonstrates deep sensitivity to diversity when planning and conducting training programs. That's the kind of specialist knowledge you have to gain in whatever field you have chosen, all right? Not necessarily teacher education or being an English teacher, whatever field you choose, that should be your pathway from being a teacher to a trainer, and then trainer. There are different levels, right? So you can apply this to any field. So what did I do to develop? You can develop either formally or through informal means. Formally in the sense, what's the difference? Formally, informally. Without looking at the slide, can you tell me what are the different ways of developing formally? Formal ways of improving ourselves. What are they? Quickly. Formal ways of professional development. Anybody?
We learn some courses.
Yeah, you enroll for some courses. Correct. Very good. Have you enrolled for any other courses? Anybody? Yes. Coding courses, right? That's your development. Very good. So enrolling for some additional courses, then so you do it formally, right? What are the other ways? Formal means of development. Taking up new courses, then
Getting outside resources, like using outside information, like not only from the academic books and all, but reading and getting information and updating ourselves
Correct.
from others, outside.
Is it formal or informal?
I think it's
Informal ways. Very good. Yes.
I was saying, like, in what we observe in class from teachers, that is a formal example of formal.
Yeah. What you learn from teachers, observing them, interacting with them, right?
Yes.
That is formal. Yeah, that's right. Informal ways of development. What are the informal ways? Any examples?
The interaction that I have with my friends in my hostel.
Correct. Can you give any example of what you have learned through interactions? What have you learned?
Yeah, like how to mingle with them. Like, people are from different cultures.
Yeah.
So gradually I'm developing
Yeah.
these senses, how to mingle with people from different cultures.
Correct. Very good. Do you learn that by enrolling for some courses, by attending seminars, conferences, or through informal means?
Yeah,
Informally. Very good. Informally. Right. So these are the different pathways for development. You can develop formally by, for example, taking up new courses, by attending training programs, seminars in related skills, or by attending some mentoring sessions. There are mentors who will help you to develop your knowledge and skills. So you can contact mentors, and then some e-courses, and then postgraduate training modules, programs. You can do online courses. These are all formal ways of gaining professional expertise, right? Informally, you can read about teacher education techniques, methods. You can read outside, maybe library or whatever books, magazines you get, and set up a reading group. You can set up a group of like-minded people, get into some discussions, and then participate in webinars, PLNs. PLN is professional learning communities. Make your own communities of learning. Offer to do in-service, for example, sessions. You offer to teach others, right? You can come and act as teachers. Does it help in development? Students acting as teachers? Yes or no? Yes. In schools we call it little teachers. Who are little teachers? Students, young boys and girls. They act as little teachers, right? So teachers learn a lot by observing these little teachers. So you can offer to teach, and then You can evaluate, reflect on your own experiences, right? You can keep a reflective blog, reflective diary. Is it formal or informal? Writing a diary. Informal, right? Observe experienced trainers. You can observe senior students, for example, how they learn, right? How they complete the course successfully. Talk to seniors. Yes or no? Will it help? Yes, of course, right. And then seek feedback, get feedback to refine your skills, to adopt new learning strategies, for example, right? So these are different. There is no one way of professional development. There are different ways. Each one can choose his or her own pathway. If I don't want to do a formal course, maybe I don't have money to register for an international course, right? I can go for informal ways of developing myself, right? So this is what I did actually during my role as a teacher educator. I got a scholarship from British Council. I studied in Lancaster University, one of the best departments for applied linguistics. It's called Department of Modern English and Applied Linguistics in Lancaster University, with great professors teaching linguistics, applied linguistics. That was a turning point in my career, right? So after my study at Lancaster University in UK, I became a researcher. So look at the role, shift in my roles from being a teacher to a teacher educator to a researcher. I started looking at things from a researcher's point of view, started asking questions. Why is it like this? Why does it happen like this? What can I do about it? Asking questions, being reflective, right? So that course made me an excellent researcher. So as a researcher, you need to read, you have to research, you have to lead others, and you have to reflect. And then now I'm playing the role of a mentor. I mentor lots of other teachers, right? So this is another role. For example, I mentor teachers on doing research. I help teachers to do small research studies. What do you call such studies? Research studies teachers do in their classrooms. What does it mean? What do you call it?
They may not be familiar.
Yeah, it's called action research, actually. Action research. We call it exploratory action research, classroom research. They ask questions. Why is a child behaving like this? Why are they not able to speak in English? What can I do about it? What activities can I conduct? What about their parents? Do they have any resources at home? They start exploring, asking questions. So this is what I do these days. I am very happy that I was able to mentor nearly 2,345 teachers over a period of 4 to 5 years from 2018 till date, helping teachers to do research, to write small research articles. They publish their research reports. I wanted to show a few sample. That's not opening. So can I quickly? I can show you a blog. For example, here is some blog they have written. Yeah. See, they make presentations. For example, they do research. They make presentations. Just play it for 2 minutes.